This week at Interior, Secretary Jewell traveling to Utah this week, meeting with local community and tribal leaders and the public to hear their vision for public lands conservation. The Secretary, joined by other federal and top interior leaders, has been touring portions of southern Utah, home to thousands of unprotected cultural and archaeological sites. Saturday, the Secretary and other officials host a public meeting in Bluff, Utah to discuss the local community's opinions on conservation in the area. Find out more at DOI.gov. The National Park Service is helping Indian tribes repatriate native remains and sacred tribal objects. The Park Service this week announced more than $1.5 million in grants aimed at reuniting tribes and Native Alaskan and Hawaiian peoples with remains and objects currently held by museums and federal agencies. Park Service Director Jonathan Jarvis says the repatriation isn't just a legal obligation, it's the right thing to do. And more than $1.6 million in Park Service grants this week for battlefield preservation. The Land and Water Conservation Fund grants going out to preserve nearly 400 acres at 10 Civil War battlefields and 1 from the Revolutionary War. Battlefields currently threatened with development. Get the full stories at nps.gov. A new study from the U.S. Geological Survey says that Cape Cod, Massachusetts is vulnerable to rising water tables related to rising sea levels. In some areas, that means fresh water underground can become inundated with salty seawater, rendering it undrinkable. This vulnerability could make some areas of the popular tourist destination unsuitable for commercial and residential development. Another USGS study shows how climate change is impacting certain birds and reptiles in the southwestern United States. Scientists are predicting a temperature increase of about 6 degrees Fahrenheit and a decrease in precipitation between 5 and 20%. Get the full story on both studies at usgs.gov. And all of us at Interior sending out our thanks this week to the Twitterverse. Our Interior account on Twitter has now passed 1 million followers. Interior has been reaching out on Twitter since 2009. That's This Week at Interior.